So I'm coming here into my husband's study so that I can find my PhD thesis, which I know is here on this shelf right next to my husband's thesis. Of course, it will be very, very dusty. So here it is, blue binding, as was standard for London University, 1968. The title is Pattern Detection in Normal and Autistic Children. I wanted to know in what way information is processed differently in autistic children. It really is as if it was written by a different person very, very long ago. But I have to say, I'm not reacting with embarrassment as I thought I would, because I think it's really quite nice. What it says is sort of quite modest, I think, as far as I can see. We can find out whether I am modest when it comes to the conclusions, which I have no memory whatsoever what I actually did conclude in the end. The conclusion is that autistic children treat the external world as if it were random, imposing simple patterns upon it. It is presumptuous to think that those patterns imposed by autistic children are any worse than the patterns I have imposed on the data. Well, that's quite philosophical. So I came from Germany in 1964, I think it was, and psychology at that time in London, or in the UK, I should say, was absolutely thriving. And it was an amazing city, to me, completely enchanting in many, many different ways. At the same time, I think it was also the place where a condition like autism was really studied in a scientific way, and it felt I had really found, what I was just dreaming about. I was doing a course in abnormal psychology at the University of London at the Institute of Psychiatry. It was very research oriented, and I came across autistic children in real life for the first time and was completely fascinated, and I still am. I was very proud at the time, I do remember that. Am I proud of it still? That's a more difficult question. I'm not sure. It was a very important learning phase, an apprenticeship for a start, where I learned from my supervisors how to design experiments, how to do experiments. There is a kind of artisan aspect to being a scientist, and I think you get it through kind of apprenticeship. And it does mean, doing sort of what we might call slave labor for some of the time, but you learn through that. I have to say there's very, very little, I'm sure, in that thesis about the biology of autism or the causes of autism. I think that was one of the nice things, I think, what I learned as a PhD student, is you have to be quite modest in your questions. It's no good just trying to answer absolutely everything. What causes autism? Why is it there? And what can we do about it? And treatments and everything. No, you should ask a question that you can actually possibly answer, and then go step by step further.